the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. We honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. We honor the place in you of love, light, truth, and peace. We honor the place in you where when you are in that place in you, I am in that place in me. We are one with the heart of the Mother. We are one with the heart of love. We are one, the heart of the Father, and we are one with God. And now a word from our sponsor.
Good morning and welcome. It's time for our morning announcements. Where are you? Come on. No, get up here. I didn't see you.
Oh, you know, I'm supposed to welcome everyone. That's where I went out of order, right? Is this, oh, that's okay.
You're just a little early.
We're still early?
This is unity.
Okay. We can do a 2-minute song as more people come in. Does that work?
They're coming.
Okay.
The masses
Okay.
are coming.
That's it. We're going with the flow.
Good morning, and welcome to New Thought Unity in Cincinnati, Ohio. We've got a bunch of announcements this morning. We're going to get through those and then get to the stars of the show. Angel Wings has linens on sale this week. $1 off all linen priced at $2 or higher. Angel Wings is open until 3 p.m. today. Gallery of Grace gift shop is open until 1, and it's a great place to find a gift for Mom if you missed it last week. Kim is still looking for platform assistance to anyone who would like to be more active in Sunday service. You can call Kim, speak with Kim, or call the office, the office for further details. And Pride Karaoke is kicking off Pride Month with a very special karaoke on Friday, June 5th, featuring guest singers Lady Phaedra and Molly Mormon. We are having a wellness and craft fair on July 25th here at NTUC. There will be keynote speakers, a songwriting workshop with David Kaiser, presentations by Buddhist monks, a drum circle with Douglas Bluefeather, and lots of crafts, healing, and food. We are celebrating 100 years in this beloved community, this beloved building. The long-awaited opening of the time capsule Century Box is on Sunday, October 18th. Be sure to mark your calendar for exciting, fun-filled weekend. And what's in the Century Box? That's the question. What are you thinking about putting in the Century Box? for the next 100 years. We're also inviting community members to contribute items for the next 100 years. And on October the 16th, from 6 to 10 p.m., we're going to have a Roaring Twenties dinner dance. Save the date. More information and about tickets are coming soon. The administration position here is open, and NTU is seeking an administrative assistant. Position is for 30 hours per week. Please phone 513-961-2527 or stop in if you would like more information. Stop in the office. On Memorial Day, which is next Monday, the 25th, the center will be closed. For all other events, please see the signs throughout the building. On the back of your bulletin, all of the information is back there. And in the online and the weekly email blast. After the service, please join us in Friendship Hall for coffee, tea, and light snacks. And now, I'd like to introduce you to Armand and Angelina. Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us all to love life passionately. Angelina's angelic and heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She was classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly at Epcot Center.
And Cincinnati Conservatory of Music when she was 13.
There you go. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. Angelina and Armand, welcome.
So welcome. I did the songs at 10:20, and I guess I was supposed to start the song at 10:30, but that's okay. We're going to move with it. We have done those. We're going to welcome you all. Thank you for choosing to be here. We also know that part of it is our choice, and part of it is Spirit's choice guiding us to where we're supposed to be at all times. Our affirmation for today is, my inner critic is learning to become my inner friend. And hopefully we're all working on that. The inner critic doesn't go away. I don't believe the inner critic goes away, but we learn how to guide them to give us good messages and not the stinking thinking.
Well, I think we should all say that together, because I know for me, I need to read
Let's
that
do it.
a
I
couple
love
times.
that. Thank you. Keep me on track. My inner critic is learning to become my inner friend. Excellent. All right, so we'll open here with prayer. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for all the forces that co-created every one of us here and in the cyber world, joining us and contributing to this morning. All is working exactly the way it's supposed to, in divine order. We trust in everything, God. Thank you for reminding us that all is well. And thank you for this beautiful day. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Okay, and now we're going to speak the prayer of protection. Perfect. Everything's flowing now. You know, the Dalai Lama says it's important to know the rules so you can break them properly. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And we are going to teach you a song, very simple song, and we'll sing it a couple of times, and we have the lyrics and everything. So, thank you, Linda. We're going to invite you to stand, because we'll do a verse or so of this, and then we'll invite you to take this into action by greeting each other. Is that me making that sound?
I don't know.
welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. All right, take these words into action and greet each other, however y'all do that. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. All right, one more time. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore here at Unity. And our mission vision song is Your Will is My Will is God's Will. And we've got the words again. That's awesome. That is like number 5, I think. There we go. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Everybody sing it. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. There is only one presence, one power, God the good. There is only one presence, one power, God the good. There is only one presence, one power, God the good. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. If you think that you're not supported by your brother, sister, think again. If you think that you're not supported by your brother, sister, think again. If you think that you're not supported by your brother, sister, think again. It's all God's will. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. There is no place you need to get to. There is only here and now. There is no place you need to get to. There is only here and now. There is no place you need to get to. There is only here and now. Whose will? Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Everybody singing. Your will is my will, is God's will. We are one. Thank you. All right, here we go. Now we're on track. You know, I'm so used to prelude music being before the hour that I just got into an old, anybody get into old patterns that don't always serve you? Yeah, okay.
It's all good. It's all good. So, you're all seated so we can say our mission and vision statements. Our mission statement is, in God, we are an inclusive, abundant community, experiencing love, transforming lives, and serving others. And our vision statement is, we celebrate a world of harmony and oneness, a place of loving stewardship, sacred connections, and pure joy, where all are welcome with honor and respect. And what we'd like you to know more than anything about New Thought Unity Center is that wherever you are on your spiritual path, whoever you are, whatever you look like, whatever your color, whoever you love, however you identify, you're welcome here. And we're grateful that you've chosen to be with us this morning. If this is your first time at New Thought Unity Center, there is in the back corner, next to all that fabulous merchandise, a newcomer's table. On it, there are packets of information that tell you a little bit about New Thought Unity Center. And if you have any questions about the center, Regina will be back there after service, and she can answer them for you. And if you'd like a tour, she can help you with that as well. So, thank you for being with us this morning. Now, it's ready to settle in for meditation.
We are going to guide you into our 2 minutes of silence with a very simple chant. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we invite you now to quiet the mind and relax the body as we gently melt into the silence. very gently now begin to bring your attention to the physical world, your body, this sacred sanctuary. Peace I am, peace in every moment. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen. All is well, all is well. God is balanced, all is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well. And speaking of all is well, many years ago, we saw a movie called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Has anyone seen that movie? Okay. For those who haven't, we highly recommend it because the young innkeeper somehow was unity and didn't know it. Because anytime anyone would complain, he would always say, everything will be okay in the end. And when they would say, yes, but it's really not okay now, he'd go, well, it must not be the end. And that really touched us. We looked it up. You never can trust the internet fully, but the internet said that John Lennon was one of the first people, or at least considered to be acknowledged with saying that first. Works for me. So we decided that we would use those words to help each other when either one of us was stressed out or anxious and didn't think things were in divine order. Anybody ever forget for a moment that things are all in divine order? You know, it's everything. And if it's all in divine order, even your quote, unquote mistakes are divine order. So mistake is more of a mistake. You just mistook it. And the Spirit said, well, it's going to happen this way anyway. So we do that to trust it all the time. So we hope you will join us in singing this because we ended up turning it into a song. We decided what energy can help us feel that everything's okay in the end and there's no need to worry. And that is some Jamaican calypso kind of groove music. So this is that song, Okay in the End. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. That's your part. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every happy song needs some sha-la-la-las in it. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A sunny Cincinnati day. Woo! Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. Thank you, both of you. Na 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 na, sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you can't believe all they talk about on the news are politics, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. But this is the end of the song. Thank you. Thanks for singing with us. New Thought Unity is the closing of a 2-week tour where we started in Dayton, went up to Westlake, went to Chesterland, went to Garden Park, went to Columbus, and now you're our grand finale. You're the icing on the cake.
So we leave from here to head back to Florida. So.
Is this David? Okay, good to see you again. It's been a long, long, long time. The last time we were here 16 years ago or so. So yes, I said, the worst that'll happen, he'll say no. Okay, good. Yeah. All right. So tell them what they're going to get, honey.
So today our talk is titled, I Now Pronounce You Not Guilty.
That's the same jacket. I have longer hair.
Oh, you're right. And we will be talking about our innocence, our lovability, and our worthiness.
So I don't know about you, but one of the first things I heard when I started going to a spiritual center that was designed to help me feel closer to God was, you were born in original sin. Dr. Phil would say, how's that working for you? Now, we don't put any other church's teachings down. We just know that doesn't work for us. We like a more empowered philosophy. So something always felt weird about that idea that somehow I would come from Creator but be born in sin. It just never really resonated with me. And when I found Unity in 1984, after about 9 years of really just having my own church in my head, I called it Armandism. And actually, the truth is, if there's 8 billion people, there are 8 billion religions. Each of you will have your own version of that. All of us will. But anyway, I wanted to find a place where other people were more alike, where we were more thinking on the terms of, metaphysical, empowering principles and moving away from some of that dogma. One of the first songs I wrote when I got into New Thought was "My Karma Ran Over My Dogma." And so the dogma of, being born in original sin never felt good to me. And then the minister, Reverend Bob Marshall, he said one day, you were born, and I went, oh no, not again, as an original blessing. And all of a sudden I was like, yes, that's the place for me. I want to feel empowered. I want to feel lovable, And so to me, that's what I most got out of my connection with New Thought, is I'm completely lovable no matter what I do, and I'm one with everybody else, no matter what they do. On some level, I am one with everybody else. Rumi says it like this, we are not only a drop in the ocean of God, we are the ocean of God in our individual drop. That's all of it. So every single thing that's ever gone on since the beginning of time, on some level you're connected with. That's when we have these epiphanies. That's when we have these great inspirations to write songs and music and sculpt and art and spiritual truths. You know, no one's any more spiritual than anyone else because we're all God, okay? We're all part of that. However, some are more awake to their spirituality than others, but nobody's any better than anybody else. And that's another comforting thing for me to know we're all children of God doing the best we can in any given moment. So.
Right. So we study someone by the name of Dr. Greg Bear. He wrote the book Real Love. He has real love at home, real love in the office, real love, and his work is so wonderful. And so he talks about, you know, we don't want to take our anger or disappointment out on someone, especially children, right?
Exactly. So one of the things he talks about is that in order to feel really one with God, you have to feel lovable. How can you be one with one presence, one power, God the good, omnipotent, and not feel lovable? That feeling of unlovability disconnects you. That feeling of judgment towards other people disconnects you. And that doesn't feel good. It's like there's a part of you that knows you're not in alignment with spirit when you judge others and when you judge yourself. So he says that, and this would be true of children of all ages, because we're all children of God. You know how I know we're all children of God? It doesn't say in any book we're adults of God, ever. Process of elimination. We've got to be children of God. It makes sense. Okay. Squirrel. Bring it back. So, especially when we are dealing with kids and grandkids, important for them to always know that they are lovable. Their behavior may be inappropriate. They may need some discipline. But to do it in a way where they always know they are lovable so they don't end up, like most of us, thinking that our words, thoughts, and actions define who we are. Our words, thoughts, and actions define how things show up often in our lives, but it doesn't define who we are. Unity, to me, is a movement on possibilities, limitless possibilities. But I will give you one big, giant limitation. You cannot, no matter how hard you try, be unlovable. Who's tried? You can't. You can do unloving things, kind of like if you think of God like oneness, and then you decide you're going to be an actress named Angelina, Althea, actress, Armand, the actor. We go and do stuff. The actor messes up, but the real person wasn't the actor. The real part of you is spirit. Was here before you got here, will be here after you got here. So it's good to know when your actor is not acting well, say, I know that the real part of me is God, but we got to talk to that actor. That actor needs some help. It needs some direction, some coaching. And so when you're around kids especially if you have to let them know that there's some inappropriate behavior or something's just isn't right, you make sure they know they are lovable. So you might say to them, you were running in the house and you knocked over those pictures and they broke. Now let me just let you know, I love you just as much right now as I loved you before you knocked those pictures over. Let's get that out of the way. You're awesome. And I'm just reminding you that when you run in the house, some things like that happen. So I'm going to invite you not to do it so much, okay? Blah, blah. Or he gives one really good example.
Well, I'm going to interrupt because what kids do if they say, if you get angry with them or disappointed in them, then they have this thing in their head that says, I'm only lovable as long as or if I do it this way. And so then that becomes, or there's behaviors that we all, because we grew up in a non-real, or at least non-real love world, then these behaviors come in, and we don't want these behaviors.
Exactly. So when you're talking to the children, help them to feel lovable so they don't go, I'm only lovable if. Absolutely. There was something else I was gonna do.
If I inconvenience them, I'm only lovable if I don't inconvenience them, or I'm only lovable if I do everything perfect. That was kind of my thing I lived by as a child.
And even though I was a rebel, there was still a part of me that really believed there was going to be a big scoreboard at the end of life, and I was going to get a lot of F's. And then I learned over time, there's no scoreboard. You don't have to worry about that. Unity doesn't typically believe in a place called heaven or a place called hell. They believe that this now moment is where that happens. Okay, I was really glad to find that out. Very glad to find that out. And then Alan Watts said it even more. You're here to experience this life. You're not getting graded. You get kind of graded in the life by how the law of attraction works and all that, but you don't have to worry about that you're going to get punished at some other time. Thank goodness. And so he gives this great example of when, imagine you're teaching your teenager to drive. And in the beginning, it's very simple. You take them out someplace in an area in a field where they can drive a little bit, and then you get them to where they can go, up and down the driveway. You get to practice where they feel the accelerator and the brake and all that. And one day the kid decides, I'm going to just back out of the garage, go down to the end, put the brake on, put it in drive, back up again in the garage, close the garage, and I'm going to do this. I know I can do this. And when they do it, they forget to open the garage door when they back out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And you hear this hellacious noise. That's a little bit of hell right there. And you come out, and if you're able to remind yourself not to react, an ideal thing would be to say, well, we know what just happened. I just want to let you know. I love you exactly the same, and God loves you, because we're all one, exactly the same before you destroyed our garage. Okay, all right? Just know that. In that moment, you're probably not feeling very filled up with love. So you might say, we got the car's parked, stay in the house for a little bit, I'm flipping out, this is my stuff, it's not your stuff, I'm just having a moment, and I need to call a friend. So I might call my friend and say, I want to kill my child. Yeah, and she'll say, don't. And of course, what I'm doing is I'm getting out the stuff that's not healthy and helpful, but I'm releasing it with a friend who can guide me back, okay? Guide me back to the truth. I might say something like, it's all material stuff, it can all be fixed. You love your child, everything's going to be okay in the end, all is well, all is in divine order. And when I get filled back up a little bit, then I can go back and say, so now we need to talk about this garage door. You know what happened, blah, blah. Your allowance for the next 5 years is going to go towards fixing this, which is a consequence, but not you're a bad person. You see the difference? And we can do that on Facebook. Somebody says something you don't like, I love you, but that didn't feel good. Anything like that versus you're an evil, bad person, and I send you to hell or whatever like that. You're not attacking, but you are still responding in a loving, kind way. And sometimes on Facebook, you just have to block and bless. And that's okay too. That's turning the other cheek, And so you can do that with all the people in your life. When things happen to you that are uncomfortable, sometimes you don't need to say anything to the person. Sometimes you do. But these are tools. Angelina has this wonderful tool that keeps her from reacting when I say something that bothers her.
Yeah, but I want to go into behaviors first.
Go to
before I
behaviors
forget.
first.
So the behaviors that Dr. Greg Bear says we go into when we don't feel filled up and lovable is lying, attacking, acting like a victim, clinging, and running. So it's good to know what those behaviors are. So if we know, like, wow, I feel like I feel like I'm really clingy right now. What's going on? I need to figure out what's going on, so I'm not giving that behavior, because when you are in one of those behaviors, you're pushing others away, and that's not really what, if we want unconditional love and love, we don't want to push that away. So what you were talking about, what I do, so I learned this because of menopause, and so the moods get a little weird sometimes, right? So what I learned is, so we're like in a discussion, it's getting a little heated, and I'm getting really heated. I'll say, Armand, I understand what we're talking about, but if I don't leave the room right now, I'm going to blow up, and I don't want to do that. So just give me a few minutes. And I go outside, I sit in my chair, and I don't go back in until I figure out, okay, what's going on? Is this, is it just all me and my menopausal ways right now? Or is it something that needs to be talked about and all? And so I never come back in until I figure that out. And then when I come back in, 90-something%, it's me. And we don't really have to talk about it.
Well, but 90% of the time while she's gone, I'm thinking, okay, what did I say? Ooh, how could I say that in a more kind, loving way so I can mirror to her that she's lovable and she won't have to leave the room? And so I end up finding how I can do it better. She ends up finding some kind of a trigger that it hit that had nothing to do with me, and we get together. Again, it's the responding versus the reacting, okay? Finding a way to see things in the big picture instead of in this very moment picture, and I've got to attack that person back. Also, here's another great example. I'm not sure where it came from, but imagine that you're hanging out by a pool, having a few sandwiches. You were thinking of that too, having a couple of drinks. If you don't drink, having a couple of spritzers. And somebody in the water is kind of yelling, sounds like a kid screaming and yelling and splashing water. But that's okay, you just talk a little bit louder. But then they splash water on you. And then you can take it from, you want me to keep going?
Sure.
They splash water on you and you go, it's just water. They're just playing. They don't mean anything by it. They're the holy child of God, And then they splash more water on you. And then finally they splash a whole bunch of water on you. And you've had it. You've been calming that inner neurotic for a while. And now they're unhappy. And you walk up to that water to give them a piece of your mind, and you see it's a little kid that's drowning. Your whole perspective changes because all of a sudden you know that this person needs help. And what the person said that told this story was that on some level, when people are acting out and being angry and being disrespectful, on some level, they're emotionally drowning. Doesn't mean you don't need to have good, healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are great. Actually, if somebody is drowning, you have to be careful that you don't let them pull you in and down. You have to be on safe, secure ground to get life preservers or whatever to them. If everybody that is acting out in negative, mean ways is not filled up and is in some form of drowning, then we have an opportunity to help them, okay? And it's not going to be by pushing back. It's going to be by getting clear. And again, sometimes we have to set our boundaries and get clear. So that's a great way to see how we can change our perspective of a situation and just know that people, that you've all heard this before, hurt people, okay? And there's a feeling of hurt, and you can see that. And that's another great way to do it.
I also like to think of Michael Singer in The Untethered Soul. So he says to lean back and be the observer. So, he's talking on a bigger picture. But even if we just lean back and be the observer, what's happening right now, just the actual thing of physically leaning back kind of can stop sometimes that feeling of anger or whatever. And so I feel that's a really good tool also to use.
Yes, and it gives you that pause. And I realize when Angelina starts to get mad at me, I really believe they call it men pause, because when I pause, I can get a clearer picture and I can see myself. When we can see our own human self, we can guide them better than when we're all in it. It's like we're going to have these parts of us, these egos, but we don't want them to have the wheel. When they try to take the wheel, we want to say, well, we need the responsible one holding the wheel, but I want to hear what you have to say. Okay, I want to hear what you have to say, but I don't want to let you be in charge of all that. So, We watched an Oprah episode many years ago, and the Oprah episode had a couple of gentlemen on, and they had gotten out of prison. They had been convicted of taking the lives of family members, two different men, two different families, and they both got out of prison because of DNA testing. They found out, oh my goodness, they were wrongly accused, they were wrongly sentenced, and they used technology and science to exonerate. And they were both on the Oprah show, and it was a very, very beautiful. They had gotten together with their family and many years in prison, and so they were asking them questions. Oprah and Gail were asking them questions, and at one point, Oprah said, but I read about both of your cases. I read that both of you had confessed to the crime. Please explain that. And they said, well, there were a lot of factors. Number one, we were traumatized by the loss of family members. So we were traumatized. We were not in our best selves when that happened. Number two, we knew we didn't do it, but we were arrested and brought in. So we were re-traumatized. And then, over time, we were interrogated. You know you did it. Why don't you just admit it? We'll lower your sentence. We'll get it over with. We can move on to other stuff. Come on. When are you going to be honest? You know you did it, blah, blah. And they both said something to this effect. It was a combination of trauma, confusion, and just wanting the voices to stop judging and attacking. So it was almost like, okay, I did it. But it wasn't from the heart. It was just to free themselves from the voice and get it over with. And I started crying. He said, why are you crying? I said, well, I think all of us to some extent have been told that we were bad or told that we weren't good enough. We're the wrong age, we're the wrong race, we're the wrong sexual orientation, we're the wrong gender, we're not doing well enough in school, we have the wrong kind of brain, we don't think like everybody else, whatever. Something that said there was something wrong with us for who we are, and at some point just to say, okay, whatever, you're right, I'm a bad person, leave me alone. And I feel that that's one of the biggest things that we're comfortable doing now is letting go of any time we confess to being unlovable. Anytime we said we were a bad person. We can do some bad things and not be a bad person, okay? Anytime we have any of those thoughts that say that our words, thoughts, and actions define who we have forgotten that we are one with God. So I wrote this song, and we will finish our message with this song, and this song is called Innocent. About this young kid who served his prison time for a crime he did not do. He gave a false confession, and when they asked him why, he said, I did not know the truth. He was innocent. Thought about my own life, how I was like that kid when they told me I was bad. I offered my confession to what they said I did and lost a childhood I once had. I am innocent, I did nothing wrong. I've been serving time for this crime for far too long. I am not to blame for what I didn't do. There is nothing I need to prove. I am innocent. You are innocent. This is the time for justice. We're finally gonna get it right. We're finally hearing the whole truth. I fired all my juries and got the pardon I deserve. And now I'm freeing other inmates too. You are innocent. You did nothing wrong. You've been serving time for this crime for far too long. You are not to blame for what you didn't do. No, there is nothing you need to prove. We are innocent. We did nothing wrong. We've been serving time for this crime for way too long. We are not to blame for what we didn't do. There is nothing we need to prove. I am innocent.
You are so lovable.
You are innocent.
Who you are is so important.
We are innocent.
You deserve so much love.
There is nothing we need to prove. I am innocent.
You are worthy.
You are innocent.
You are perfect in every way.
We are innocent. And so it is. I want to say one quick more thing, but one of the things that bugs me a little bit is when performers and speakers use the pulpit for self-promotion. By the way, there's a book that goes along with that sermon, and I would like to read a part of it. Okay, real quickly. Faith, F-A-I-T-H, has been said. Oh, wrong one. Let's try that again. So here we are, a part of the tapestry of the universe, playing our parts perfectly and divinely. We have more than enough evidence to convince any jury of our innocence, okay? There are very few limits to our capabilities. However, we cannot be unlovable. It's equally impossible for us to get it wrong. It is absolutely impossible for us to be anything less than the divine, eternal, worthy, innocent beings we have always been. Thus, it is ultimately impossible for us to ever be truly convicted of not being enough. In that case, the acquittal of the original case is inevitable. I now pronounce us not guilty. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Armand and Angelina. It's a pleasure to have you here this Sunday. Okay, it's now that time in our service where we take our tithes and our offerings in our hands and we say our offertory blessing. So won't you please join me in saying our blessing. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. And there's a clipboard in the back of the pews for you to conveniently give from your seat. There are offertory envelopes in the back of the pews also. And if you're a consistent giver, drop your consistent giving card in the basket. And for those of you online, go to ntunity.org and hit the donate button. Not a donut today. There might be some downstairs, but hit the donate button. And we'll receive your tithes and offering today also. Our chaplain today is Anna, and she'll be at the prayer shawl here to pray with you after service. So.
She did an absolutely wonderful opening prayer. Thank you for that.
Yes, she did. Thank you. To see what message God has for her to give you today. Also, we have prayer request cards in the back of the pews that you can write your prayer request on. There's a prayer box in the back of the sanctuary, outside of administration, and downstairs in Friendship Hall. And if I didn't mention it, there is a credit card machine in the back of the sanctuary for you to give conveniently also. Okay, now that our baskets are full, we'll say our blessing over our tithes and offerings. Right here. Would you like to bless our?
Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Father and Mother God, for these wonderful gifts of tithes. We know that as we give, everything is returned multiplied. We believe in the tithe of showing up and watching and being part of this. And we know that this abundance is going to do good work for New Thought Unity and beyond. And so it is.
So we've got a few folks that have said hello online today. David Indigo Birchwell says, love from Loveland. Alice Frazier says, good morning, sending peace, love, and joy to all. Randy Maley, always enjoying from anywhere. And Marilyn Baker says, enjoying the beautiful service. Thank you, Mike and Marilyn. Want to thank everybody that helped get this service together. Those making us seen and heard in the booth, Linda, Sophie, and Scott. Thank you. Thank you to our fabulous speakers and musicians, Armand and Angelina. Thank you so much. Next week, David Kaiser will be here, and Armand and Angelina would like everyone to know to have their music, so they offer their CDs and book on a suggested exchange basis. Please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it now. Also, we're doing a flute workshop.
That's right. At 12:15, we will be handing out some flutes. Each of them will have a little sanitary straw in it, so you know people's mouths have not been on there, and you get to take that straw home if you like. And even if you have no musical talent, I can teach you in about an hour and 15 minutes how to make music on the native flute, and it's because the native flute, all the notes are tuned to itself on this particular type of flute. So even if you've been unsuccessful at every other instrument that you've ever tried, this is the instrument for you. We'll have some fun, and we'll get to spend a little more time with you. 12:15 till about 1:30, I guess.
Awesome. And we're going to do that downstairs, or?
It can be wherever. What's best?
Well, we were thinking Classroom A.
Classroom A. We will see you in Classroom A.
Okay. And I'll show you where that is. How's that? All right. Now, and David Kaiser will be our speaker next week. So now it's time to make a circle. Grab a hand. We're going to say our prayer of alignment and sing Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Prayer of alignment? Oh, it's up there. Okay. We're getting a circle. We're getting real close to making it all the way around. There we go. Illuminate the world. We are love. We love unconditionally. We are power. We are the divine in action. We are presence. We are awake to our divine identity. God is, I am, we are, and all is well. All right, let's do the rock and roll version of the peace song. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Thank you, everyone. Happy trails. We hope to see you in about 45 minutes. Good to see you, David. Bless.